Welcome to the Obsession, everybody. I'm Karl Bethany.
Mike Stadler here.
We got another question here, Mike, from one of the ladies who listens to us.
Awesome.
Karen asked, how often can I hunt the same stand? Well, that's an interesting question. How often can you hunt the same stand? My opinion? You can probably hunt it as much as you want as long as you're not educating deer coming in and out. That's how I think about it. But realize every time you go in and out, you're leaving scent. So whether you're educating them after you're there or before you're there, doesn't matter. But that's kind of an iffy question, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one of those things. We both have stands on your property, my property, that we don't even touch until certain parts of the year. Unless trail cam footage tells us something different to sneak in there.
Right.
Obviously, everything we do is entrance and exit based.
Yep.
Everything is wind based.
Yep.
So, you might be able to hunt a stand 3-4 times in a row if everything's right.
Correct.
But I would caution it. I think, like you're saying,
You're leaving a big scent trail.
you're leaving a lot, especially if that's one of your good stands. That you think is going to be productive later. We always, err on the side of caution. To just stay out of there sometimes. Morning and night too. There's another factor. When are you hunting? A morning stand? Is it a night stand? Most stands aren't both.
No. That's the number one thing you have to do. You have to designate, okay, these are morning sets, these are evening sets, and that's what we're gonna, when we're gonna hunt these things. So, when you ask how often can I hunt the same stand, I honestly don't hunt the same stand more than once a week. And that might change during the rut based off of what we're getting for intel and all of that. But I think this is how I think about it. So every time I go in and out of a stand, I'm leaving a spider web of scent. So I'm wearing my rubber boots and all that, trying to avoid scent as much as possible. That's normal. But I'm still leaving scent.
Right.
So I'm educating something.
It's unavoidable.
Unavoidable. So I think going in and out of there too often, too many times, let's just say a week or something, could be an issue. But
Your phone's chirping.
my phone chair, it's my crickets. They're listening.
Yeah, that's what they were saying when you're talking.
Right, I know. God damn it.
Ouch.
Hate that guy. True though.
Yeah, you and I have both done it too. We both overhunted stands.
Yeah. And
Push an envelope, and I'll tell you what, it never worked.
no, not one time.
And you pay for it later, and not in a good way.
Right. I will never hunt my rut stands early. I will tell you that. That's a fact.
Right.
I will not go too far up in my woods
Yeah.
because I'm just educating the animals.
Yeah, like if you've watched, our videos, stuff like that, when we're showing our prep work, you've seen our properties, and my property, I don't go over the top of that ridge until it's into October.
Right.
And not the whole ridge.
Right.
There's only a couple of stands up there that I'll sit. Otherwise, we like to stay on the outsides of it.
Yep.
It just is what it is. Last year I got lucky early. We had a deer showed up.
Yeah, but
On
you had a
camera.
great big cold front.
Yeah, a huge cold front. He showed up. I snuck in there first time in there and I shot him.
Yep.
It can happen, but otherwise I wouldn't have even been down there for another 2 weeks.
Right.
So I just, I've learned to stay out. It's just better.
Yeah.
I know you want to get in a stand when it's hunting season. Everybody does.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I have what I call burning stands. So basically, if I have to, I have a problem. That's what I'm going to say. I have to be in a tree.
That's why we have so many stands.
Oh, that's true. But I'll have what I call burning stands where, I don't really expect to see too much, but I'm going to be in the tree and I'm probably going to see a deer.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to be a target deer, but I get to get out and relax. So that's what that is.
And that also goes back to, you know, that you can still scout at that time. Just because you're hunting doesn't mean you shouldn't be out there learning something.
Right.
So,
observation stands are great to set early, and you can set them multiple times, because observation stands are usually set back, and you're going to be able to see deer and their movements and educate yourself about what's really happening on your property. And there's always a chance that you'll have a chance at a deer.
yeah, very innovative. That's what your, you know, binos are for.
True.
Checking that stuff out and watching. You know, you never know. You can always get lucky.
No, that's
Something
true.
could walk by you.
Yeah, and you know, early season for us, don't get me wrong, if we have a buck pattern or whatever, we may try and get in and hunt them.
Yep.
But 9 times out of 10, if we're going to shoot does off the property, we do it the first 2 weeks of bow season. And we'll just kind of sit back and watch things from there on in. You know, so I guess, Karen, if you're asking how often do we set stands, the same stand, not very often. But we're fortunate enough we've got a bunch of stands.
Yeah.
You know, if you got a property and you only got 3 or 4 stands on it, this is how I see it. You need to sparingly go in and out of there. You only hunt when the weather's good and the wind is perfect.
Right. You know, pick the stands that are going to be in the morning. Pick them that are going to be at night.
Yeah.
Because your odds are going to go up. You know, quantity in the stand doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be successful.
We always used to think the more you hunted, the better off you
chance
were.
you get.
And then the older we get, we realize that.
Got a little smarter over the
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, it's not quantity, it's quality. So that's what fills your walls, in our opinion, I think. I mean, that's kind of how we look at it. Probably about the end. Huh?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate the question, Karen. Hopefully we answered that for you. That's kind of how we see it. We do not hunt the same stand multiple times if we can avoid it. We do have, or I do have, what I call burner stands, which are easy in, easy out. Kind of like when you guys hear me talking about my mom's plot. I can get in there, it's only 75, 80 yards to where I'm going to sit, and I can get right back out and not educate deer. If they come into that food plot, I can kill them if I choose to, otherwise I wait till they leave and I'm all in the dark.
Yep.
So,
Correct.
I think Mike says the same way. And we appreciate you listening. We appreciate the question, Karen. If you guys get a chance, please subscribe to the channel here at Rush Outdoors, Wisconsin. Check us out on our RSS feed at rss.com under The Obsession. Google Podcast, The Obsession, and Spotify, The Obsession. Thanks for listening.
Keep tuning in. Tell your friends.